Welcome to the Robert Penn Warren Center for the Humanities, located in the center of the Vanderbilt campus and housed in the historic Vaughn Home. The house, one of 7 constructed before Vanderbilt opened for classes in 1875, has served as a residence for married faculty members, a dormitory for men and for women, and offices for the Department of Romance Languages and teaching assistants in the history department. From 1884 to 1912, the residence was home to Dr. and Mrs. William J. Vaughn. Dr. Vaughn was professor of mathematics at Vanderbilt for 30 years, professor of mathematics and astronomy for 16 years, and university librarian for 26 years. His 5 children grew up in this house. The building was completely restored in 1987. 2 of Dr. Vaughn's grandchildren, Houghton Vaughn and William S. Vaughn, provided funding for the building's refurbishment. At that time, the family allowed Vanderbilt access to their scrapbooks and donated photos from their family collection for display in the Vaughn home. The family was into early photography, and we are fortunate indeed to have these snapshots taken by them of the university in the late 1800s and the early 1900s. Here is a photo of the house in 1891. This photograph shows the fences and stiles that ringed the campus in the early days. The university was built on what had previously been farmland, and the fences were intended to keep out feral animals. The students at the time would insist that the fences that surrounded the campus were intended to keep them on the campus. This photograph is of the women who enrolled at Vanderbilt in 1892 as first-year students. Dr. Vaughn's daughter Stella, seated in the middle row on the far left, was a member of that year's entering class. After her graduation in 1896, Stella Vaughn was hired by the university as the women's gym teacher, and thus became Vanderbilt's first female instructor. This is a picture showing children at play on a toy called a Flying Jenny in the side yard of the Vaughn home. Also shown in the photo is the house that was just behind the Vaughn home. This was the servants' quarters. Each of the campus residences had servants' quarters. During the 28 years that the Vaughn family lived in this house, there were 2 women who lived in the servants' quarters and served as cooks for the family. First, Mary Clayton, later, Carrie Jones. Many of the rooms in the house have original fireplaces. These were built as coal-burning fireplaces, and from time to time, the old coal ash still falls down from the chimney and spills out onto the floor below the mantel. Early one morning, we discovered a small shoe print in the coal ash. No way to explain that. This is a photograph of Dr. Vaughn, sitting in the room that was his library. Today, the room is the Warren Center's conference room. In the conference room now, there is a spectacular photograph of Vanderbilt's noted alumnus, Robert Penn Warren. The photo was taken of Warren at his home in Vermont by Jill Kremitz in 1971. Also in the conference room is a piece of art that resulted from the 2006-2007 Warren Center Fellows Program, whose theme was Between Word and Image. That year's faculty fellows commissioned an artist, Erica Johnson, to create a work of art related to their program's theme. She met regularly with the seminar in the spring semester of their fellowship year. The following fall, her artwork was unveiled. Each of the 10 boxes that are a part of the piece represents the research of one of the scholars in the program. Just outside the conference room sits a bronze bust of Robert Penn Warren, sculpted by Joan Fitzgerald. The bust was a gift to the Warren Center from Chancellor Joby Wyatt and Warren's children, Gabriel Warren and Rosanna Warren, on the occasion of the center's 10th anniversary. In this frame, we have a campus map from the late 1800s. The Vaughn Home is residence number 9. And behind each of the faculty homes, you can also see noted the servants' quarters, all numbered number 24. Here we have a collection of photos and an invitation to a reception honoring Harry Vaughn, Dr. Vaughn's son, and Florence Sloan Vaughn on the occasion of their marriage in December 1900. This is a stunning view from the window of the winding staircase that gives us a good peek at the original slate roof of the house. Thank you for touring the Vaughn Home and learning a bit about its early history.